Baseball negotiations, not much to talk about there, but they're trying to reemphasize a rule. I don't know if it's a rule change because they've had the pitch clock in the rule book for quite some time, decades. And maybe they're going to start they're going to enforce this. But I think they've gone from like 17 seconds to 20 seconds. Now is it 15 seconds? Trying to speed up the game. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, it's a 14-second pitch clock. Ooh, made it.
Yes.
With the bases empty and 19-second timer with runners on, according to sources familiar with the situation.
Okay. What if the hitter takes time to get in there? At what point does the clock start? And are you going to show the clock in Major League Baseball stadiums? Because if you do, you're the road team, your pitcher's on the mound, then you're going to start counting. 5, 4, 3. But I don't know how you're going to enforce this. Will you enforce this? How long will you enforce this? Yeah, Paul.
That's a good point. I wonder, maybe let's say 3 years from now, or maybe when this gets normalized.
When we play baseball again?
Yeah. When pitchers are used to doing it in less than 20 seconds, does a batter go, I'm going to mess with this guy's rhythm and act like I can't get my my strap connected, and then delay 30 seconds? There's no clock on the guy in the...
Yeah, see, I want a clock on the hitter, too, because they take more time than the pitcher does. The pitcher can't do anything until you step into the box. Yes.
And it's definitely going to encourage like the taunting and the heckling. We saw it with Giannis. I was at a Nets-Bucks game, and every single time he got to the foul line, they're going 6, 7, 8, 9 to see if they can count up to 13 or 14 or whatever the rule is where you have to shoot your free throws. And just every time, incessantly, from the beginning of the game to the end, they did that. I
had a wild idea about Major League Baseball. Now, I know that it's not going to happen. I'll say that, but baseball is always experimental. They're experimenting on how to speed up the game. What if you actually had a clock attached to Major League Baseball? Let's say I gave you 2.5 hours to play a baseball game, just like soccer does. And, maybe you have extra time for something. You add like 6 minutes. But when the game ends, the game ends. And just that you're on the clock, and then those last couple of innings, even the last inning, you get a rally going and you're on the clock and you're not sure when it's going to end. Or you do have the clock up there and you're hurrying up there. And then, the pitcher's taking his good old time. Now you have the clock on him at 14 seconds. Get in the batter's box. Start to swing away. I know it would never happen, but if you want to speed up the process and you want to have something really interesting where you're not sure if you're going to be able to throw a pitch, you get one more at bat, bases are loaded, all of a sudden, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, Paulie.
Okay, so the people who would critique this would say that it's not fair because both sides don't get their at-bats. What if at the 2.5 hour mark, Dan, you finish that inning? So let's say it's the 7th inning, at the top of the 7th, and the A's are up, and it's at the 2.5 hour mark, and the Yankees had the bottom of the inning.
But you've had 2.5 hours. You've had your at-bats. We've had our at-bats.
But this would ensure the inning gets finished and no one can complain.
I don't want the inning to be finished.
Oh, you're radical.
I want it to stop. Like, that's it. Game over.
2 outs, 2 on.
Yes.
They throw back to the pitcher like,
yes. Yeah, that's it.
No, like, stoppage time or anything?
No.
There's a little injury?
Well, you could. But I don't know if then you have fake injuries like soccer does.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If you want to put them on the clock, then put them on the clock. Like you could create. Then it would be interesting to watch baseball. It's 2.5 hours. See, the NFL has it timed out. Halftime is 12 minutes. Like they don't differentiate. Game starts right now. Game hopefully ends. You got another game after that. You got to fit into a window. Baseball doesn't fit into a window. Now, I've never had a problem with the length of a baseball game. But I will say, if your goal is to speed it up, this would speed it up. Yes, Heath.
Right, because football, there's always an end, right? Either you go your 4 downs and you 3 and out, or you have to punt, or it's going to end with a field goal or a touchdown. A baseball inning, theoretically, could go on in perpetuity. It could go on forever.
Yeah.
Until you get those 3 outs, it could just keep going on it could take an hour and a half, just the one half an inning.
Yes, Marvin.
I'm an expert on shortening things. So my thing would be, like, what about the batter, what's the penalty going to be if they go over the 14-second limit?
Well, I think it's a ball for the pitcher. They just say that you didn't deliver the pitch in time, so it's a ball. And that's it. I don't know what it is. You just call a strike on the hitter if he's going to take forever. Yeah, Paul.
If I've got a 2-0 or 0-2 count on someone, I'm just going to sit there and let the clock go and go, I'll get it to 2-2 and rest my arm for a couple pitches.
Did Nomar start this? Who's the first player to start, first batter who didn't get in the box? He took forever.
He certainly made it famous. There's no doubt about that. He became the poster boy of.
Yeah, that's a weird OCD type thing.
Like a tick.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder if he does that now. Like, what's he do now? Once you're out of baseball and he's at home with his wife, Mia Hamm, and she's like, hey, can you help me with this? And he's like, hold on.
Like he stands up, sits down, stands up, sits down, touches the remote 3 times, and then.
As somebody who has OCD, I could certainly understand that, but it felt like Nomar started this. Yes, Tom.
You think he always has batting gloves on, even though he's not playing?
Maybe.
He's like in the kitchen. What are you doing? He's fixing the Velcro on the batting glove. Why are you doing that?
Oh, it drove me crazy. Just get in the box. Every pitch. Get out, adjust, get back in. Next pitch. You don't even swing. Get out, adjust. Yes, Paul.
Jose Altuve of the Astros may have mastered it from what Nomar used to do. He goes in, he adjusts his gloves 4 times on each hand between each pitch.
Oh, God.
Both hands. I mean, it's a scene, man.
Yeah, see, I don't know what you can do. I find it more annoying with what the hitter's doing than the pitcher, because the pitcher can't do anything until the batter's in the batter's box.